Hi guys, today we are going to be talking about divine feminine energy. I'm going to be going over what it is, and I'm also going to be telling you some signs and symptoms of having wounded feminine energy and how to heal that. So first and foremost, first off, I just want to say everybody possesses divine feminine energy inside of them, regardless of their gender. We all have an X chromosome and a Y chromosome, making us full-fledged humans. It's not like women only have divine feminine energy and men only have divine masculine energy. We all have a yin and yang system within us. So what is divine feminine energy? Well, it is an energy that possesses nurturing, compassion, emotional intelligence. It's a psychological and spiritual concept that is not denoted to gender. It represents the side of us that shows love and builds connections with others and is in tune with our intuition. It is through divine feminine energy that we are able to build strong connections with others and harmonize with others around us. It represents fertility and creation. When this energy is in harmony with divine masculine energy, it allows us to manifest a lot easier. It allows us to manifest with ease, knowing that we're able to trust our intuition and trust in the universe to help us co-create anything that our hearts desire. Due to societal pressures and the patriarch that we live in, divine feminine energy has been deemed unreliable and unsustainable due to its passive nature. Patriarchal structures valued masculine energy over divine feminine energy because it was more of a action-oriented type of energy. It was more about doing than trusting. It was more about giving than receiving. Patriarchal systems valued and glorified masculine energy so much to the point to where there was an excess of masculine energy and it turned very toxic very quick. Without divine feminine energy being appreciated or accepted in our world, it led to a mass degree of aggression and violence and toxic misogyny and a lack of understanding or feeling connected to others. It led to a lot of division. It led to a lot of just trusting in what you can see rather than the unknown, or even wanting to explore the unknown. It is very important to understand that this matrix that we live in was designed to keep us down and keep us asleep so that we never step into our full potential or fully grasp who we are or step into our power. This matrix is designed to keep those who are already in power for good. But it is our duty to discover who we really are and to merge our divine feminine energy with our divine masculine energy so that we can finally be whole and truly become the master manifestors that we really are. Many of us have tried to suppress or downplay or hide or get rid of our divine feminine energy because of the systems and the societies that we live in and feeling a need to conform. Many of us have wounded divine feminine energy due to trauma or abuse or from simply denying this beautiful energy that lives within all of us. Men especially reject this notion of moving into their divine feminine energy because this is an energy that requires you to give up your sense of control. It's an energy that requires you to receive and to trust in the universe and to sit back and just allow things to flow to you freely. And most men or most people who lean into their masculine energy are all about using force and whatever they can use in their physical realm to get what they want. Most people who lean into their masculine energy have a hard time just trusting in the universe and trusting in something that is outside of themselves. Most people who lean into their masculine energy only trust in what they can see, and they only trust themselves. However, it is vital that we learn how to merge our divine feminine energies with our divine masculine energy in a successful way in order to truly feel whole and to be, one with ourselves. Some signs that you may be suffering from having wounded feminine energy is you may experience creative blocks. This is because divine femininity is all about using your creativity to express yourself. If you're not in tune or in touch with your divine feminine aspect of yourself or your energy that lives within, it can lead you to feeling like you can't express yourself. It can lead you to feeling like your creativity has been blocked. Another sign is that you may not feel connected to others. Another sign is that you may not feel fully connected to spirituality or to your spirit or to your intuition. This is because divine feminine energy is all about emotions, empathy, connecting to others around you through vulnerability and intimacy. If you're leaning further on the divine masculine side of things, you don't really experience close relationships or connectedness to other people, and you definitely don't believe in anything that you cannot see within this material realm, aka spirituality or anything of the metaphysical, because you're not going to be connected to spirit or to your higher self or to source, and you may even reject spirituality altogether. Another sign is feeling the constant need for external validation from others. So this kind of merges into my next symptom of having wounded divine feminine energy. You will feel a constant need to seek validation from others, because another sign of having this type of wound is that you have low self-esteem. You don't feel worthy of getting respect or love from others. You feel less than. You feel like you have to give and give and give, and you can never receive for yourself. Or another sign or symptom could be that you feel the constant need to prove yourself to other people or to yourself by doing actions that would create validation or some sort of respect from other people. You feel like if you're not doing enough, people won't appreciate you or like you. Some major signs, of course, of having wounded divine feminine energy is lacking empathy, lacking compassion, lacking love and affection for yourself or other people, or just simply lacking having an understanding for yourself or for other people, lacking in feeling close to others or feeling like you can trust other people. You're going to be lacking emotional intelligence if you're not really in tune with your divine feminine energy. Another sign is if you feel out of touch with your intuition, or you feel like you can never really trust those gut feelings that you get. If you experience a lack of trust in other people, or a lack of trust in the universe or in God or anything that is of the metaphysical realm, if you only trust yourself, or even if you lack trust in yourself, that could be another sign that you have wounded divine feminine energy within you. Another sign is if you never really open up to people or feel vulnerable, or if you just have struggles with building meaningful bonds with people, or if you struggle with expressing yourselves to others in a way that is respectful or nice, or if you have a fear of commitment to others, or If you have a fear of intimacy with others, that is definitely a sign of having wounded divine feminine energy. And lastly, there's more signs, of course, but I'm just going to leave it right here with this last symptom, which is if you have wounded divine feminine energy, this could manifest as mental illnesses like anxiety, depression, because divine feminine energy is all about sitting back in stillness. It's not about forcing things into creation or trying to force things to work out for you. It's all about planting a seed, doing the work to get that seed to grow, and then sitting back and letting God do the rest. But if you are not in tune with your divine feminine energy, you're going to feel anxious a lot because you're going to feel like everything's all on you. If you're more so leaning into your masculine energy, you're going to always feel like the need to be on the go, to do. You're never going to want to sit still. You're never going to fully be grounded in yourself. You're never really going to fully get to know who you are or understand yourself because you're not tuning into your higher self. The divine feminine aspects of us tunes into our higher self. It tunes into spirit. It tunes into our intuition. And when you're not connected to that, you're going to feel a sense of like pressure on you to always get things done. You're going to feel like everything is all on you. And if things don't get done, or if things don't go the way that you want, it can lead you to feeling depressed. It can lead you to feeling a lot of negative emotions that could manifest into serious mental health issues. And that's why it's so important to make sure that we start focusing on all of us, all different parts of us. We can't ever just accept one part of us and then reject another part of us. We have to learn how to integrate all sides of us, because we're multifaceted beings. We're multifaceted creatures. We have a lot of different sides to us, and we can't reject any parts of ourselves. We have to learn to love ourselves as a whole. So some tips that I've come up with or come across that you can use to heal your divine feminine energy is that, of course, you can utilize guided meditations. That's always my go-to. I swear by using guided meditations because I feel like they really, really help in life. But you can always just meditate alone, in silence, by yourself, and just use mindfulness, practice mindfulness. Another way that you can heal your wounded feminine energy is by being more self-reflective and more self-conscious about yourself, or more self-aware. You can start journaling to self-reflect and to write out your feelings. If you don't feel comfortable with expressing your feelings to others, you can start expressing how you feel in the form of writing. Another tip is to prioritize self-care. So when you're leaning into your divine feminine energy, it's all about love and nurturance. So in order to love and nurture yourself, you have to care about yourself. You got to eat right. You got to exercise. You got to stretch. If you're a yogi, you need to be doing yoga as much as you can, or set a routine to do yoga every day. You need to meditate. You need to, have proper hygiene practices and make sure that you feel good. And if you look good on the outside, you're going to feel good on the inside. You're going to develop more self-confidence. It's going to boost your self-esteem. And that can definitely help with healing your wounded feminine energy. Another tip to heal your wounded feminine energy is to start finding ways to express yourself creatively, whether that be painting or writing or creating digital art, or maybe you like being out in nature, and maybe you like doing cartwheels and stuff, or you like dancing, or you like acting, or maybe you like doing skits on TikTok, or I don't know, maybe you just like telling jokes to people. find a way to create a safe space for yourself to express yourself to others. Try to find a creative outlet. Another tip to heal your wounded feminine energy is to seek out a spiritual mentor or guide, because when you are not in tune with your divine feminine energy, you lose touch of your sense of spirituality. You lose touch with anything that has to do with the spiritual world. So it's a great way to get back into that by finding a mentor or somebody who's very knowledgeable in spirituality to help you get back into that mode. And lastly, I know this might be kind of hard for some people to hear, but simply just going to therapy or seeking out counseling could definitely help with healing your wounded feminine energy. Because sometimes, sometimes we just need help. We need to seek out help from others. Sometimes it's not as easy to do things all on your own. And that's okay. It's not a bad thing. This also leans into being vulnerable again. If you go to a therapist, you're going to be forced to be vulnerable. And maybe that would be a good practice to try to heal your wounded feminine energy. It is essential that we learn to harmonize our divine feminine energy with our divine masculine energy so that we can live the life that we want to live, so that we can feel whole, so that we can fully understand ourselves and know who we are and trust in ourselves more, and so that we can trust in the universe to help us co-create the life we want to live. It is our duty to heal ourselves and to balance the yin and yang that lives within all of us. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And share this video with anybody that you think needs to hear it. Until next time, my friends, stay wonderfully divine.